Hey, what's up, TC? We are here on our Tuesday night training, and tonight we have special speakers Angelea and Mitchell. They are Rubies, and they are going to be sharing with us some special Facebook strategies that have helped them and things that they have learned. I hope you guys are ready to take notes. It's going to be an awesome Zoom, and let's just see what we learn. Angelea and Mitchell, take it away.
All right, I'm Angelea. This is Mitchell, my fiance. I started It Works in April of last year. I used to work with Erin Blake at a gym here in Springfield, and she had been messaging me, and I tried out some of the products first and then decided to jump in and become a distributor. So my year anniversary was in April, and Mitchell joined in January. Mm-hmm. So that's how we got started. Whenever I first joined, I had really no clue about how I should be posting. I definitely did not know that Facebook had their own algorithm. So I wasn't aware of who could see my post and who couldn't. I thought that everybody on my friends list could see my post. So that is something that I've learned along the way. At times it can be a lot of information, but I think once you have the key points, you kind of start to get the hang of it. So we've kind of come up with a list of things that we think are important when posting on Facebook and using Facebook for your business. And I know Erin is going to jump in along the way as she has things to say as well. So first off, one big thing is Facebook isn't the only way to build your business. You can build your business many ways. Facebook is just a tool. So of course, you're going to have better luck meeting people in person and getting to know people that way. Facebook, it can be harder to build a relationship versus meeting them in person. So we use Facebook as a tool. I've kind of browsed through Instagram and things like that, but we both have had the best success using Facebook. So, would you like to start off? We've kind of broke it down into different categories as far as friends, posting, and Facebook tips. So hopefully that's helpful when taking notes.
So over the past couple months or whatever, I've probably added, probably the past month, I've added nearly 1,500 friends and been adding them to my hundreds list and slowly been going through those. Which whenever you're adding friends, you want to make sure that they are not a distributor themselves. I've added distributors to see them come across my news feed and just take them off my friends list automatically or just block them altogether if I don't know them personally anyways.
Also, one thing whenever I'm going through my mutual friends, suggested people that will pop up, I look at, of course, our mutual friends. If I see that someone on my team is already friends with this person, I do not go and add them. The reason for that is we don't want to fill everyone's news feed with It Works distributors.
I've seen a lot of people post like, oh my gosh, if I see one more It Works post from another friend, I'm just going to freak out and just delete my whole Facebook. So overwhelming people with a lot of Facebook posts with multiple distributors, I kind of get where they're coming from as far as it might get a little nerve-wracking or on their nerves altogether. So definitely want to check that before, just kind of browse through, see if there's anybody that they talk to on a daily basis with It Works, or if they are a distributor themselves or a loyal customer, so on and so forth. So
another thing too, make sure when you are going through and adding friends to your Facebook that you do not make sure that you do have mutual friends with them. So you can be actually put in what's called Facebook jail. So if you're going and just adding a bunch of random people to your Facebook online parties or groups, or even as a friend, you can be put in Facebook jail. It hasn't happened to either one of us yet.
Luckily,
but it can happen. My rule of thumb personally, I just try to make sure I have at least over 5 mutual friends. I feel like if you have less than 5 mutual friends, it may get a little creepy. Then you're going to get the messages of, how do I know you? Which we do get that a lot.
Yeah, we do.
And a lot of times we just say, you know, my fiance and I are looking to make new friends in the area. And then a lot of times people are like, oh, okay, nice to meet you, no problem.
And that kind of just opens the door of like, okay, well, what do you do? Or like, what do you do for a living? Are you in school, or do you have a job? And it kind of goes back and forth, and you kind of work in, maybe not right away, but over time, kind of working the it works pitch to them or whatever. So it's always nice, because they kind of just open the door whenever they do that. So
I've actually had people say, well, welcome to Springfield. They don't know that I've lived here my entire life.
Right.
So, which is kind of funny. I'm sure they figured it out now, but
yeah.
So just make sure that you do have mutual friends, because I don't know how long Facebook jail lasts, but it doesn't sound fun to me. So, also, this is kind of a topic all in itself. We could do probably a whole Zoom on this, but you can create lists on Facebook. So I know Aaron and I personally have watched a Zoom that was pretty much only about making lists on your Facebook. So what I mean by making lists is you can go and actually create a list for your friends. So you can have a list that says loyal customers. So you would go in and add every single person who's already a current loyal customer for you into that list. Other examples are, you could have one that says my team, potential distributors, and potential loyal customers. So how you would use those is, say I want to make a post about BOGO energy or something like that. I could direct that towards my current loyal customers, potential loyal customers, and even my team if I wanted to. So you can choose who your audience is for those posts. So I've started kind of doing the list, but I've also been told that unless you put everyone on your friends list in those categories, it's not going to be fully effective. Let's see here. Another thing, do not make a post. Yeah, go ahead. Hi.
Yeah, okay. So I just want to clarify with the list. Like, the whole purpose is to simplify it. It's to where you're not wasting time just like scrolling through your friends. You can literally click on your team, scroll through real quick, see what they're doing, click on your loyal customers, see what they're doing, and then click on all your potentials. And really where you want to spend all your time is on your potentials, because who you're trying to sell to. So it's just really eliminating a lot of wasted time.
Yes, I completely agree with that. And that's another thing too that I had in our notes here. I've found in the past that like hours will go by and I've just been scrolling on Facebook. I'm like, what have I been doing? I've just scrolled, I've liked a few things here and there. I haven't been actually fully working my business to its potential. So just scrolling and scrolling isn't going to really get you anywhere. That brings up another point, power hours. So Mitchell and I have been trying to do more and more power hours. I personally get distracted really easy. So I find that power hours are very helpful. So if you find that you like to scroll a lot on Facebook, I just set a time, sit down and say, okay, I'm going to go through and comment on this many people's posts, or I'm going to go through and message this many people, and so on.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of make it like a game. Like I've heard of people giving themselves, like, you want to get 100 points that night, so you're going to give yourself 5 points for commenting, 2 points for liking. You just keep doing that until you hit your goal of 100 points, or just something fun just to make it a little bit easier to keep track of, so you don't just kind of lose your way and then get back to just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So it just kind of makes it a little bit easier to stay on track and stay along the guidelines that you're wanting to do from the get-go. So
another tip for Facebook is do not make your post public. I personally have my profile set to private. Main reason for this is, of course, my posts are It Works posts. So whenever you're friend requesting people, if they click on your name and the first thing they see is It Works, they most likely will not accept your friend request, from my experience. Also, you typically have about 1 minute and 30 seconds to reach your desired audience. So that's when posting at certain times is going to be helpful, or using those lists that we talked about. So getting into more Facebook tips. I mentioned earlier that Facebook has an algorithm. I did not know this. I thought, like I mentioned, that everybody saw my post. But whenever I got to thinking about it, the most likes I had probably ever had on a picture was about 150, and I have over 2,000 friends. So that means that a lot of people are not seeing our post. So one tip that we learned is the more you interact with other individuals, the more they're going to see your stuff. So this is when working your hundreds list is going to come into play. There are people that I haven't seen their post in probably 6 months. I go to their page and look up their name and start commenting and liking, and then all of a sudden they're in my newsfeed. So be aware of that. Make sure that you're being intentional, liking, commenting. Even if you want to message someone and say, hey girl, I liked your post earlier today, or your shoes were cute, instead of commenting, that kind of opens up the door in a private message. And maybe it could lead to talking about your business, or slowly you could work that in. Another thing, do not follow a bunch of it works people. The reason for this is it's going to fill your newsfeed with black and green. We are using Facebook to build our business. So we recommend that you follow, of course, Mark Pentecost, Mike Patello, Pam Souter, your sponsor, and your diamond, triple diamond ambassador upline, or whoever signed you up. So I personally follow those people, like Bethany and Aaron, but I also know of some of the other ambassadors with the company. I don't follow them because I don't want to have their post in my newsfeed, but I do know their names. So I'll go look them up every now and then and kind of see what they're posting, see how they're posting, and just kind of go from there. Another tip is only follow your downline for about 60 days. So of course you want to show your team love. I go on and creep their page, I guess you could say, every so often and show them some love, like their pictures, comment. But that just kind of goes back to your newsfeed being filled with it works people instead of your potentials.
Whenever, say you're going through your Facebook, just your newsfeed or wherever, you see little ads pop up for, like, say if you like the music page, or you like the band page, or you liked, say, a food page where they show you different sorts of ingredients or so on and so forth to make meals with. If you take those out of your newsfeed, just think about all the extra people that's going to pop up. There's so much stuff that spams your newsfeed left and right that you don't know about, and especially just groups that you've liked in the past that maybe you liked 2-3 years ago, but it's still popping up. As soon as you get rid of those, there's going to be more potential people that come onto your newsfeed that you can communicate with every single day that you didn't know about before. So just as soon as you've seen those, just go ahead and unlike it, or just get away from the group altogether. And as soon as you do that, you're going to see more people popping up left and right. So that's a huge thing that I've noticed as far as getting rid of those groups that are on my daily newsfeed.
Whenever you sign up a new distributor, or whenever you join, definitely go in and start getting rid of those ads. I didn't know that you could get rid of them at first, so I just had them on there. You can go and hide all of your ads. You have to do it individually, so it is going to take a lot of time, but it's definitely worth it because more people will start to post or pop up in your news feed rather than a bunch of commercials. One thing too is unlike or unfollow any groups that are not important to you. So I went through and redid this the other day, and I realized that a lot of people from other MLM companies have added me to these groups that I was not aware of. So that is what's been filling my news feed because I'm in these groups that I didn't even know about. So every so often, go back through and kind of double check that to make sure you haven't been added to something. Let's see here. Like Mitchell mentioned, music groups, movies, boutiques, things like that. Also, I know that there are a lot of It Works groups out there. Definitely make sure that you're on Team Catalyst, or for Aaron's downline, Team Infinite. Make sure that you are following those two. Of course, because we post a lot of information in there. So basically unfollowing or unliking those groups is going to unclutter your Facebook.
Hey, Angelea.
Okay. Yes.
Sorry, I got one thing.
So,
they're doing, you all, I'm just so proud of you. You all are doing such a good job. But I just wanted to add in the reason, and if you go to your profile and like edit profile, that's where you can like unlike all those groups that you follow. Have what TV shows. I know back in the day it was really popular to put all the TV shows that you like and all the books that you like. Basically what happened when you get rid of those, but when you get rid of all that stuff, Facebook, you basically confuse Facebook's algorithm, because now they have no idea what they think you want to see. So right now, all this stuff's being thrown in your news feed because you're liking it and Facebook thinks that you want to see it. But when you get rid of it all, it confuses Facebook, and now it opens up because it's trying to figure out what you want to see. So it's going to allow you to see a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
So getting into posting, I know this can be difficult, and I know, well, I say difficult only because if you don't know how to post or what to post, it may be scary. So definitely at first I was like, I don't know what to post. Do I just post pictures? Do I say, hey, come buy this from me? I didn't really know. And everyone kind of has their own style and their own way of posting. So these are some key pointers. My biggest thing is be aware that you're now a business owner. So what that means is how you portray yourself on Facebook is, I mean, you own a business now. So people are going to look at you in a professional way. So I made a mistake of posting something about Target, about being at Target, and there's a huge Target fiasco going on recently, and it brought a lot of negative energy to my page. So I ended up taking it down. But posting controversial things like that is probably not a good idea as far as politics and stuff like that, because the way I see it is all of our customers or distributors are not going to think the same way when it comes to religion and politics. So that's one thing to kind of be aware of. Make sure you're not posting negative stuff. I've had a lot of people who are not even customers of mine or distributors who have said, you know, I find myself going to your Facebook every day just because you're so positive and upbeat. So even if they don't purchase from you or comment or like, people are watching you. So make sure that you're sending positive energy every day and not being negative Nancy, I guess you could say. No one wants a negative person on their newsfeed. So, so different ways to post. We're going to go into this a little bit more in depth, but life post versus product post. You want to start?
You're good at the live post, so you can go ahead and do that.
So a life post is how it works, is involved in your life. This is kind of how I explain it. So, for example, you want to kind of share past, present, and future. So an example I use a lot is when I used to work at a car dealership and I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, I missed my daughter, I would post something along the lines of, if this was 6 months ago, I would have been working on the Saturday, watching traffic go by, wishing I was home with my daughter. Today is a little bit different because I no longer have to sit there at work and wish I was home with my family. We're at the park doing blah, blah, blah. I can't, and then a future part to add into that would be I can't wait to we're a full-time family and can do this every day. So just kind of share like your past, where you're at now, and what your dreams or goals are for the future. I know not everyone has been doing this for a year. Not everyone has been able to quit their jobs yet, or not everybody has kids. That's okay. Just kind of adjust it to your lifestyle and your goals. product post, we'll let Mitchell do. I think Mitchell's pretty good at the product post.
I guess so. So basically, when you're posting about products, I kind of look at it as we don't want to be a billboard. You don't want to just take a picture of, say, greens. You don't want to take a picture of greens, say this is what it does for you. This is what it does. This is a list of everything that's good about it. You want to be able to relate that to you on how you use it every single day. So a lot of people like seeing you actually use the product. So you're not just like, oh, this is the product that I sell. This is going to be good for you. I always talk about fat fighters, greens, new you. I've been starting to take a lot of relief, and I've been posting about that as well. But I basically just kind of tell people on Facebook how it has affected my life and how it's helped me with the problems that I've had. And just basically just being positive about the products, because they do work. And if you can get that point across to people and know that you use them on a daily basis, they're going to come to you a little bit quicker than, say, if you just post and say, hey, this is greens and it's 38 superfoods and it's going to help you and it's going to be the best thing you've ever had. They don't want to hear that. So just kind of give them your own personal perspective of what the products have done for you to better yourself and your health and wellness goals as well. So.
Also, to add to that, I know starting out, we joined this business because we need money. So not a lot of us have money to just go buy every product and try it. That's okay. Maybe try one product a month with your auto shipment along with wraps, kind of switch it up. Or, I mean, you can even use other people's testimonies if needed to get you started. I mean, you guys are more than welcome to use our testimonies as far as products we've used and how it's helped us, or I know Erin or Bethany wouldn't have a problem with that either. Just let us know if you need help with that. But the biggest thing with the product post is, like you mentioned, people want to see you with the product. People are going to realize that the products really do work if you're spending your money to use them. And also, no one wants to see 500 stock photos from corporate, just one right after another on your page. People are eventually going to be like, okay, I feel like I'm watching TV or looking at billboards, and they'll unfollow you. So make sure that you're being intentional. And if you were one of your friends on Facebook, this is kind of how I think about it. If I was one of my friends, would I want to see my post? Could I relate to the things that I am posting? Could my friends relate? So just kind of keep that in mind whenever you are posting. Good times to post. I know everything is kind of different. Some people post 10 times a day. Some people post 3 times a day. I know it's kind of changed lately, but recommended times is going to be morning when people are getting ready for work or on the way to work, lunchtime, after work, kind of dinner, and then right before bed. I don't know about any of you guys, but I typically scroll through Facebook right before bed before I put my phone down. And I also check Facebook first thing in the morning. Definitely guilty of that. So those are going to be the times. I look and see how many likes I get. I've been looking lately to see, because I used to post like right before 8 o'clock because I work from home now. So
she gets to sleep in.
Yeah, I sleep in, but I use some apps that I'll mention to help you post. But I noticed that right before 8 o'clock, many people are probably rushing into work. They don't have time to check Facebook. So the past few days I've been posting at 6 a.m. and I've gotten way more people seeing my post. So just kind of play with it. Everybody's feed is going to be different. I have a lot of the younger crowd, college students. I think I even have some high school students on my Facebook, but a lot of them aren't going to be up that early. So everyone's, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Everything's going to be different. So just kind of see what works for you.
I kind of think of it as like, say, a timeline. Like, this is 8 o'clock in the morning, this is 8 o'clock at night. And you can post, I mean, there's going to be posts all throughout the day. But you're looking for those certain gaps of the people that you have on your Facebook feed and when you think they might be on Facebook the most. And like she was saying, morning time, lunchtime, dinner, and then right after they get the kids to bed and they're laying in bed, most people are scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or so on and so forth. So say if you post at 10 o'clock, but your perspectives are looking at 8 and 12, they're not going to see that post. It's going to be people that might not even be on your Facebook feed. So just got to think about what time that you think is best for the people on your news feed and when they're going to see your post the most. So just kind of think about that the next time you're posting the next couple of days or whatever.
I know Mitchell still works his full-time job, so I know some days it's hard to post if you're busy at work, or some employers don't allow you to have your phone out. The app that I like the most, the one that I'm most familiar with, is Buffer. It is a free app. What I do, since I do sleep in, I do preload a post at night. Sometimes I preload 2 if I know that I'm going to have a busy morning. I don't want to forget to post around afternoon time when I'm feeding Parker lunch or anything like that. So you can use Buffer, Crowdfire, or Hootsuite, I think is how you say that. So those are 3 that you can use. You can preload. That way you don't have to worry about trying to sneak your phone at work and post, or, oh, I forgot to post today. So those are going to be some helpful apps. Let's see here. Another thing, watch how others are posting. I kind of look at it as people who, I know rank is not everything in this company, but to me, I think of it as if someone is a higher rank than me, they must be doing something different or doing something right. So although I don't follow a lot of the ambassadors with the company, I do creep their pages. I see how they post. I see what they're talking about, how they word things. A lot of stuff I kind of can't take from them because they have more of the luxury lifestyle. So I can't be like, I can't be like, oh, I'm in Florida. I was just here last week. I can't really do that. But I do look at how they post about their family or how they talk about products. And I kind of just watch how they post and go from there. It is okay. Well, I think it's okay. I've been told it's okay to use people's wording as long as it is corporate approved. And as long as it's corporate approved, it's okay to use the wording. Now, remember, we all have our own individual businesses.
Right. Make it relate to you and your life. Don't just copy and paste.
Don't copy and paste every single word. And if you do happen to do that, make sure you change the phone number and don't leave their website. I've seen that happen before.
Real quick on that. We've actually learned recently that Facebook can recognize when a post has been completely copied, and it won't show that post as much. I don't know if you guys are going to get there or not, but sorry if I stole your thunder.
No, that's all right.
And so make sure, like, even more than just changing your phone number and your website, I recommend change a little bit here and there, add a couple of emojis, something, so Facebook can't recognize it as a direct copy and paste.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't have that down. Thank you. Also, I know it's okay to share something every once in a while, but if you're sharing a lot of your uplines post or a lot of, say, ambassadors post, you're drawing attention to that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because if people see that you keep sharing someone's post, they're going to go click on that person, and then they're going to be like, oh, they're at the top of the company. If I do want to join, why don't I just join them instead?
Yeah, that's a good point. So
you're actually advertising for someone else's business. So I typically, like Pam Souter, she does a lot of the in the spotlight and talks about people. I don't reshare that. I will copy the story, change the top part to where it relates to me, because a lot of time it talks about being in the company for 5 years, 6 years, and that's not my story. So I'll change it, and then that's a good way to share someone else's testimony with the company. A big thing, make it works and the products a part of your life. If you don't believe in the products, if you don't believe in the company, it's going to come across in your posts, or it's going to come across when you're talking to someone in person. So I mean, to be honest, it took Mitchell a while to get on board.
A long time.
And it is a little bit harder when your spouse is not on board with you. I know it can be unmotivating at times, but definitely when you're both on board and you both love the company, believe in the products, believe in the company, you're going to have a lot more success. And your excitement and your...
Yeah, it shows whenever you're talking to people. If you're like Bethany's always told us, you got to kind of give them that, this is everything that I am, this is everything that I want to be, and I want you to know this, and I want you to be a part of it as well. So that excitement kind of rubs off, and I go, okay, these people are excited about it. I think I want to try it, or I think I want to become a distributor or something down the road. So just the positive aspect of it really, really helps. If you're going to talk, if you're not going to be, I hate to say upbeat and excited about it, it's going to show, and people aren't going to take you as seriously as you want them to take you. So definitely think about that whenever you're posting or even talking to people in person.
It also goes to my next point. If you're not posting, you're showing that your business is closed. I went through a couple months where I was distracted, not really posting, busy with my job, and my business suffered. I had loyal customers stop ordering. I wasn't signing any loyal customers. I had no distributors interested. It's because I stopped posting. People thought probably that I'd quit, and no one knew that I still did it. People are watching your post, even if they're not commenting or liking. Actually, one of my distributors, she had never liked a post. She had never commented that I think. She messaged me randomly and said, I've been watching you for a long time, and I want to join you on this journey. I had no clue she was even watching me. So just because you're not getting comments and likes doesn't mean people aren't watching. So always make sure you are posting. I know life happens and things get in the way. A lot of times if I know I'm going to have a super busy weekend, I'll load buffer or do something like that to make sure I'm at least posting on Facebook and active. Let's see.
Can I add a quick point on that too, just to kind of piggyback your point? I've been here for over 4 years, and I can no longer count on one hand the times someone has come to me, even though they knew somebody else in the business. They came to me and joined me, and when I asked why, it was because we can tell you live this and you're serious about this, and I don't want to join somebody who doesn't take this seriously.
Yeah.
And again, you know, some of those people had never liked or commented, but like you've said, you know, make this, it's part of your life, and you have to make sure to show that. And those are, you know, people are watching and they're going to take you seriously.
Yeah. And another thing with that too, everyone takes off at different times. Everyone's business is different. For example, Jocelyn Yates, I don't think she signed, she's an Ambassador Diamond. I don't think she signed a distributor for 9 months. Everyone's business is different. I signed 2 distributors my first 2 months, and they both quit. So they quit the month I went executive. So everybody's business is different. If it's not taking off as fast as someone else, that's okay, because it's your story, not someone else's. So try not to, I know it's hard, but I find at times where I'm like, well, so-and-so just promoted, but I haven't yet. It's hard, but just remember that your business is your business, and everybody's going to take off at different times. And I don't know, that's a huge thing for me. I know it can get discouraging, but it'll all work out as long as you keep working. Also, this is a huge one. Make sure you are only posting corporate approved before and after photos. I know there are a lot of people high in the company that are posting non-approved still, but make sure you are only posting approved photos in the approved template. And if you have any questions on how to submit your results before and afters or anything like that, get a hold of me, Erin, Bethany. It's also posted on both of the team walls. Also, for example, I kind of wanted to give you guys an example of what I post and when. From a lot of training videos that I have watched, it's been suggested that in the morning, post a quote, post something inspirational. If you know that a lot of people on your newsfeed hate their job or dread Mondays, or you have a lot of moms or new moms, post something that's going to be inspirational to them. So I kind of like to post funny quotes. I know Erin does the same, like Monday morning quotes. During lunchtime, you can kind of alternate doing a life post or a product post. During the evening, the same life post, product post. And at night, when you're adding those new friends to your Facebook, before I go to bed, I like to put a quote on there, normally something motivational, just so that the next morning when people accept my friend request, the first thing they see is not "it works" post. They will see something motivational, something inspiring. And hopefully that'll kind of get them interested in my Facebook or interested in, oh, what does she do? Or that was an awesome quote. So I'm just trying not to steer people away by posting "it works" stuff and then going and friend requesting them right away, if that kind of makes sense. And that's all we had. So if Bethany or Erin, do you guys have anything extra or questions?
Erin, what you got?
Man, I'm just so proud of y'all. You guys did so good. I mean, they really covered pretty much all the bases. I mean, you're going to want to add 15 to 20, 10 to 20 new friends a day. That's going to help. I mean, we've got to consider or remember that this is network marketing. We need to be networking with people. We need to be commenting on their stuff. That gets us in their algorithm. That gets us in their news feed. But yeah, you guys killed it. I'm proud of you.
Me too. I'm so proud. Along the lines of changing up the algorithm so you're getting into other people's, one thing I like to use is a sort of a poll post, like take a poll. I like to put 4 pictures in a collage and say, okay, A, B, C, or D, which one? So stupid. I did a lip gloss post one day. ABC, I got like 125 likes and a ridiculous number of comments. And so about 20 minutes after I decided I was going to cut it off, I went in and posted a before and after, because now I know all of those people are seeing it. But if you will change up your post topics, like everything, throw in keywords like, you know, fitness or food or prayer, or, and I hate to say use prayer, but that gets you, you know, just if you change up your wording and your topics that you're posting about, you're showing up in different people's news feeds. And then it's causing them to like a post when they wouldn't normally, and then they're going to see stuff they wouldn't normally have seen. But those ridiculous collage poll posts are like off.
They look funny, but they'll definitely get some people talking, that's for sure.
Yes, people love giving an opinion.
I know. I always ask the question, like I put a picture of a shoe, and I said, what do you guys think? Would you wear these? I had like 150 likes, like probably 15 to 20 comments. I was like, I did not expect this to happen, and then I went like 20 minutes later, it works post, and so they all saw it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense, but it works.
It does. It works. It kills me that people love to give an opinion. I'm like, are we really that self-centered that we just are desperate to provide our opinions? I don't know, but that's one thing that I like to use to change it up and get into, you know, different people's, get on their walls and stuff. And there was,
I forgot, I don't know what happened to my other half of my notes, but I just remembered messaging people.
Oh.
So when someone accepts your friend request, do not message them right away with, I sell it works. Do you want to buy it? Like, just do not do that. I have other MLM companies add me to random groups. Please do not do that. Do not. I have them message me, thanks for the ad. Do you want to join my team? no, I don't even know who you are. You didn't introduce yourself. And that's an immediate way for me to block you. So please do not do that. Make sure you are building relationships with people before messaging them. I look at it as you have to earn the right to share your business with them. So you need to become their friend. You need to interact on their page, or they're most likely not going to respond, or they're just not going to want to hear what you have to say if you've shown no interest in them. Also, compliment people. Erin has went over this a lot with me. Whenever I've been struggling messaging people, people are selfish in a way, I guess would be the wording
They
I
like
could
the
use.
spotlight on themselves.
Yes. So if you tell somebody, hey girl, like I have been watching your posts. Your family is adorable. I love seeing your upbeat posts all the time. That's so awesome. You got to take a trip to like wherever. Just kind of start a conversation. If you tell someone how much you enjoy seeing their posts, they're most likely going to go look at your page, or they're going to be like, oh, this girl is so sweet, and then actually message you back. So make sure you're being intentional and thoughtful. Also, one thing that I recently learned from watching a video on YouTube about a girl that went diamond in 30 days, she shared a tip that I thought was a good idea. I know a lot of us use our phone for work, but if you do use a desktop computer, on the side there's a little messenger bar that tells you everybody that is online. What she did was she went through and looked at all the names, and anyone she hadn't talked to, liked, commented on their Facebook in 3 days, she would go back and do it again. So that's how she was kind of working her hundreds list, is based off of that bar over there. Now, I know everyone's not always on Messenger, so that can be kind of tricky, but that would be kind of a good place to start.
Because you're going to see it immediately. It's not going to be a delayed time.
Because you know they're online, because it tells you they're online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know you saw it.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, too, is I really never knew what the little bubbles meant on Messenger, besides the picture meant that they saw it. So I've actually had to Google that before. Like, okay, why does this have a circle and a check mark and this one's not filled in? So kind of be aware of that too. Some of your messages may be going into the other filter. And that also means you need to be checking your other filter.
There's a, if you're not, I'm trying to, if you're not their friend, or if you're not their friend, or I feel like if you haven't interacted with them in a long time. It'll go into like a filtered message box. And I've had customers asking me, like, if they wanted to try our product, and I didn't see it for 2 months. And I was like, oh crap, I just missed a potential little customer right there. And it kind of sucks. So definitely check that. You gotta go to the settings and messages, and then filtered messages. And then you'll probably have a list of stuff that you didn't even know you had. So definitely want to check that.
Yeah, I had some creepy messages in there that were kind of funny, but then I also had some It Works post, like people like, hey, I think I had one for a distributor. I was like, oh no, that had been in there for a long time. So definitely check that. And just main thing, be thoughtful when messaging people. Do a hundreds list. At first, when I was told do a hundreds list, I'm like, okay, I don't really know what you're talking about or why I should do it, but sure. And then for a while, I tried to keep one going in my head, not of 100 people, of course, but
write it down
and go and look at it all the time. And then you'll get more done that way.
Awesome. I love it. Thanks, guys. You guys have done an awesome job. It Works, the tagline. Our tagline is friendships, fun, and freedom. That is what people want to see from you on your Facebook newsfeed. They want to see friendships, fun, and freedom. And most people join this company because they don't have enough of those things. And if you think about, oh, well, what should I share? If you get, lost in the details, go back to friendships, fun, and freedom. Those are the things people want to see. Like Saturday, Nikki and I were driving around blitzing, and we hadn't had as many exciting, fun, silly posts as we had Friday night. And so we stopped and brainstormed a little bit. Okay, what is something we can do right now that is silly and ridiculous and looks like fun, because we're friends and we're having fun and we're, doing this freedom thing. And it was something else to think about. Another, look, hello. It was something, just something else to think about. I couldn't think of another product post that needed to be made today. It was just sharing that friendships, fun, and freedom. And along those lines, if you are relatively new and you haven't had tremendous out of the gate success, or you don't feel like you're successful enough to be sharing your story, that is bull crap. Excuse the little one's ears. And you need to lose that thought, because guys, the very moment you clicked that button, you joined a family and you joined a team, and you all of a sudden had friends that were willing to fight with you for your dreams, friends that you would never have known otherwise. So even if you don't have some tremendous success story, share about the time your teammate you wouldn't have otherwise known came over and had spaghetti, or, just something is different because you have joined. Share that. Even if it only feels like it's this big, whatever it is, share that, because whatever your experience is, somebody else could be struggling with that very thing. I know a lot of people who joined this business just to have a tribe. They just needed people, they needed to feel part of something, and they never had before. So you never know what it is that's going to be that thing that draws somebody in. Keep it positive, like they said. And guys, a lot of you don't like to share pictures of yourself. You just don't. You're still stuck back in Facebook on the desktop land, and you don't love sharing pictures. But I promise you, something will change when you will begin to show your face. I promise. There's something about that personal connection that happens when people see your face. I even know to look for it, and I can still be scrolling through Facebook, and if there's no emojis, no hashtags, no picture, I'm probably not even going to read it. But if it's somebody's face, I want to go see what they're talking about. Yeah. What's up?
Also, on that, Parker, honey, I've noticed that if I post just a picture of myself or just a picture of Parker, and I put the caption as something it works or about the business, I get way more likes on that than I ever do just posting about the business and a product. I don't know if people are necessarily reading it, but it's getting more attention.
Sometimes you're right. It is the case. They're not even reading it. Because I've caught myself doing that. It's like, oh, I like that picture. And that's, oh, wait, they're advertising something that I don't even agree with. Like that was tricky. But what that does is Facebook will recognize that they liked the post with those words in it. And so it's reaffirming, and it's going to show them even more later down the road. So they're not paying attention actually works in our favor, besides the fact that it's just going to increase the connection between the two of you. So then you're going to see more of theirs and they're going to see more of yours. The fact that it had our It Works keywords in it, wherever, it's actually going to show them more posts with those words, which I love. Like tricky dicky Facebook, but we've got you figured out now. Yeah, right. I don't think we'll ever have it completely figured out, but Are there any questions at all? You guys really killed it. I'm so proud of you.
I know there's a lot of information, but it just keeps popping into my head. Another thing, videos. I've done maybe one or two. Videos can be very scary. You can't put a filter on it that I know of.
Yeah.
Mitchell makes fun of me because I'll retake a video like 10 times because I didn't like how I stuttered or said or something like that. But yeah, sorry. Videos, just like with a picture of yourself, videos are more real. It's like you're talking to that person. So if you can venture into videos, try it out. I have Periscope, never used it except for to watch videos. Videos can definitely be scary, but I've noticed that Facebook is becoming a lot of videos. Selfies and videos is what Facebook is. So if you can get people to watch a video, then you may be able to reach a different type of audience, people who only get on Facebook for videos.
Yep, exactly right. Thank you. That's a very good point. And, part of growing a business here is getting outside your comfort zone and being uniquely and 100% genuinely you. And the right people are going to be drawn to exactly that. And, get over my hair's not perfect, this isn't perfect, whatever for your pictures and your videos, because people want to know that imperfect people can be successful with this too. And silly people and clumsy people and people that say stupid stuff. Just be real, like own it, whatever it is, just own it. All the while you're sharing this friendships, fun, and freedom. And just doing this thing called life, and life with it works. But all very excellent points. And we are straight up 9:30. If nobody has questions, we will pray us out and we'll be on our way. You guys did awesome. I'm so proud of you. Round of a quiet applause because we're all muted. You guys aren't supposed to clap for yourself. Okay, well, let's pray and we will close it out. Lord Jesus, thank you for Angelea and Mitchell, and thank you for their willingness to step up and lead by example and to share what they have learned, Lord. That is what leaders do. Leaders know the way and leaders show the way. And I'm so thankful for this team full of leaders that you are raising up within Team Catalyst. And I pray that you equip us to go out and share you and share this with people. Grow us we pray like Jabez, grow our territory so that we can just share with as many people as we can get our hands on, Lord. Thank you for being here with us. I pray for all of us who are sick and struggling with illness or allergies. I pray that you do not allow that to slow us down or be in our way, but give us energy and raise us up so that we can go out and just love on more people. Father, I pray for the harvest. This team has been working for harvest dutifully for months, Lord, and we have felt right on the verge for so long. Father, I'm praying for the harvest. I'm praying that you show up for each of these people, work a little miracle for them. We ask that you do something so that we can turn to you and all the people will know that you are God. This team was given to you years ago, Lord, and I love what you're doing for us. May we be pleasing to you, and may we run after your goals for us before ever considering our own. We love you and praise you and ask all of these things in your Son's name. Amen.